Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. In this tutorial, we're going to model Whip Blush or cosmetic powder. I don't know the specific name of this creature, but here we go. First, I delete all the layers on the viewport and Shift plus A, add a cylinder with 32 vertices. Then scale it on the axis in the edit mode. Place a loop cut on the middle, Ctrl plus R and bevel the bottom face with a few segments. Just scroll your middle mouse button up to make it rounded. Move to object mode and Shift plus D to duplicate it and duplicate it for 2 times. Change the last name of the duplicated layer to transfer because we will make a magic trick later. Shift plus H to hide everything except the selected object. Then move to edit mode and bevel the top face with small 3 segments. Set smooth and give the object subdivision modifier. Then increase the render level to 3 and view to 2. Hide the transfer for now and focus on the first object. In the edit mode, insert face on the top, press I and scale it like maybe around this. On the top view, select the 2 vertex here and press G to join them. Select the cut face and delete them with pressing X. Select the loop edge with Alt plus left click, then press F to fill it with face. Select 2 elbow vertex here and join them. Join the unconnected vertex 2 on the middle. Add a loop cut on the top view, just 1 for now. And move to back, then straighten this edge with pressing S to scale, then Y the axis that we want to scale and press 0. Like in the front, select the cut face here and delete them. Here is the connection between the lid and the body. So select this edge loop and extrude it down near to the outer face, then fill them with face. Align the corner edge here. You could do manual labor here, just move it until it's centered. But I'm the lazy guy, so I use machine tool add-on to align it. And I think this is must-have add-on to simplify your life. Move to the front and add a loop cut one more there. Then straighten this face here until it had a square shape to make a lock. You scale it until it's maybe around the scale and extrude them in z-axis slightly. Then add a loop cut on the middle of it. Extrude the 2 faces on the front a little, then select this loop edge here on the top and move it on y-axis. Select the middle face, then extrude it down in z-axis. Change it to X-ray view to see its clarity by pressing Alt plus Z. So this extruded face will be the place that we are going to put the powder. I add a rounded bevel on the lock to make it small organic shape there. Then I select all of the sharp edges on this object. I change the view to wireframe so you guys could see it clearly what I'm doing here. Just take it slowly, no need to rush, inhale and exhale and like this video. While selecting it, I continuously holding my shift button and use Alt to select the loop edge. If you had done that, change the view back to solid and bevel the sharp edge with 3 segments. And don't apply it for now. On the bottom left panel, unfold the bevel option and change the meter outer from sharp to arc. Then add a subdivision modifier with the same level with preview subdivision, 3 render and 2 view. And right click set smooth. So like you see, we're making an shadow issue goofy goober here. But I leave it like that for now because we'll fix it later. Move to the lid and turn on the X-ray view. Select the top face only and press Shift plus H to focus on this surface. In the middle, insert a face and place it the same as the edge of the body. On the outer face, add a 2 loop cut there, and on the front, we will make the same lock as the body, but now this lock is extruded down. So straighten the two face here and adjust the scale until it's matched with the lock from the body, but the shape is more bigger. After you have done that, extrude the face down on the Z-axis with pressing E. In case you don't know the shortcut, insert face on the extruded bottom face and scale it to match the lock size to make it realistic, you know. Extrude up the inserted face on the axis and place it the same height as the lead face. Add a loop cut on the middle and extrude the outer face on Y-axis, just same as we make the lock on the body before. Don't forget to round the bevel on this edge angle here, so the shape will be n-gon, but it's not the same. It's okay as long as the n-gon are put in the flat surface. Move to the back, so we will create a connection here. Like before, select the top face only and Shift plus H to focus on it. Select the 4 edge here, just the same edge as the body, and straighten them. Add a 1 loop cut there and straighten the edge too until it forms a square shape. Don't forget to align the inner edge too because it's kinda overlap. Select the square face and extrude it up on the axis, just a small move, and give it a loop cut on the middle. Select the two of the top edge and bevel it with 3 segments. Press C to turn on the clamp to prevent overlap bevel. Then select all the vertex with pressing A and press M, merge by distance. Place a loop cut on the middle face here and join the vertex until it had a single vertex on the middle. Bevel the vertex with pressing Ctrl plus B plus V. Scroll up middle mouse button once and right click Loop Tools, Circle. Join the vertex from the circle to the main object and then delete the middle vertex. I use Hard Ops add-on here to symmetrize. You could delete half of the object and add a mirror modifier on it if you didn't use any add-on. Move to X-ray view, then select the two circle, right click, Loop Tools, and Bridge. On the middle of the object, delete the middle edge there, then extrude it down just a little. This is the place that we are going to put a mirror, so it's thinner than the body. After you had done that, select the sharp edge on the object carefully because you might miss some of the edge to select. Especially on this shape here because sometimes you might lose your zoom, so just take it slowly. You should turn on the X-ray view to simplify the selection. After all is selected, give the edge 3 segment bevel like usual. Give it a subdivision modifier with the same level like before and set smooth. Unhide the body and then rotate the lid. Place it to the top of the body just like a burger. I select the inner circle face on the connection and then I set the geometry to face, so it will be rotate it perfectly matched to its shape. I duplicate the inner face on the middle, press Shift plus D, then press P separate by selection. On the layer panel, select the duplicated cylinder, so we will create a metallic shim with this object. I change the name of the object on the layer panel there. to make it easier. In edit mode, select the top face and the bottom, then fill it with face, press F. Select the top face and insert one face there. Then extrude it down on the axis. Select the sharp edge and bevel them with 3 segments. In X-ray view, select the top face and give it an offset a little and right-click Set Smooth. The method to create the powder is the same as before. Select, duplicate, and separate. Fill the top and the bottom face just to being respectful and bevel it with 3 segments. In edit mode, select the top face and extrude it down slightly to create a seam. Duplicate the 2 objects here, the metal seam and the powder. Then move, rotate, and place it to the hole on the lid. While you're moving the object, hold Ctrl button to snap it on the grid, so it will be placed perfectly. Adjust the size of the mesh in edit mode, so the shape is quite thinner like I said before. After you done that, move to object mode and select all object with pressing A, then geometry to shape. Now we will make a magic trick to fix this artifact. First, select the problematic face, 2 of each in front and the back. Move to the vertex panel on the right window, then click that plus symbol on the vertex groups, and click Assign. On the modifier option, add a new modifier, select Edit, and choose Data Transfer. Select the transfer object for the source, then select Group for the vertex group. Turn on the face corner data and unfold it, then click Custom Normals. Change the mapping to nearest corner and best matching face normal. So now we have fixed the shadow issue here, but this method are going to work in some specific condition like this. Here we will make some connection between the lid and the body. Just add a cylinder and decrease the cylinder vertices to 8. In edit mode, rotate and scale the cylinder and place it to the center of the connection. Select the 2 end face of the cylinder, then give it a 3 bevel segment. Add a subdivision modifier, then right-click Set Smooth. While the connection is selected, move the cursor to the selected. It means it will move the word cursor to the geometry inside the cylinder connection. Select the lid and geometry to cursor. Now we will add an empty cube to make it easy when we're moving the object when we're rendering. Scale and place the empty to the object, but it's larger. After all in place, select all the layer and left click once again on the empty cube to make it the last selected. Make sure you have unhide the transfer object too. Then press Ctrl plus P to parent and choose object keep transform. On the layer panel, unfold the empty and select the mirror and the panel object, then select the lid. Ctrl plus P parent object, keep transform once again, and hide the transfer object. So now, all of the objects are parented to the empty cube and the mirror parented to the lid. For the render settings, I changed the render engine to cycles, the device to GPU compute, and turn on denoise. In the color management, I changed the view transform to standard and look to medium contrast. In the world settings, I changed the color node to environment texture, then give it an HDRI that I have downloaded online. On the object mode, select the powder object, then move to the UV editing window on the top panel. We will UV unwrap this shape because we will add a logo on its surface. Select the edge loop on the middle that we have beveled before, the 2 of it, top and bottom, Then select the strike edge on the middle cylinder on the back and press U mark seam. Select all the edges with pressing A, then press U once again and choose unwrap. Okay, I think we have done creating the model, and congrats to you. To add the material on the object, just click that world symbol on the right and click new. Here on the body, I will create a plastic look with a pink color on it. So just decrease the roughness on it and I add the same material on the lid too. On the panel here, on the middle, I want to give some metallic material on it, so click new and increase the metallic there and decrease roughness a little. On the mirror, click new material once again and unfold sheen on the bottom. Increase the weight of the sheen, drop to 0 the roughness, and increase the metallic to 1. Select the powder object and move to shading window on the top. Click new here on the middle to add new material, then Shift plus A to add new node, and search for wave texture. Duplicate the wave texture with pressing Shift plus D and place on the bottom. Select the wave texture and press Ctrl plus T. This will popping off the mapping and coordinate. Make sure you have activated Node Wrangler add-on in your preference. Do this in the two of them and change the coordinate to object. Add a new node, then search for mix color and change the colors to mix. Connect the color from wave texture to A and D node on mix node. Add a color ramp and place it between the mix and wave texture. Duplicate the color ramp once again and place it on the bottom. Connect the result from mix node to BSDF base color. In the wave texture, change the scale to around 50 or higher, depend on your need. Then change the distortion to 3, detail to 15, and detail size to 5. On the bottom wave texture, we put the same number except for the distortion. I add 3.5 there to create a variation. You could do experiment with it. Take your imagination on the radar and fly to nowhere that you want. On the mapping node, change the top z-axis rotation to -45 and the bottom z-axis rotation to 45 degrees. So this will make the wave more like cross-hatching. Here I duplicate the mix node and place it on the front of it. Then put the result to vector. Change the A and B color on the second mix node to give the texture a color as your desire. I duplicate color ramp node and connect the result from mix to fade and the color to roughness. This color ramp will be the controller to adjust the roughness of the texture. You just simply change the exposure of it. The more bright mean the more roughness. Then on the texture color ramp, adjust its color. This will create the depth of the boldness of the waveline. I change the color on the mix node once again to change its contrast between the powder and the body color. Here, I add an image texture for the branding logo. While it's selected, press Ctrl plus T and make sure the coordinate is from UV. Add more color ramp once again and connect the color to fade. Add a bump node, then connect color to H and normal to normal. On the image texture, click open to add branding that I have created before. Move to UV editing and select the top surface circle. To easy select link, just press L and place it to the logo. Resize and rotate it until it's on the center. Make sure to add a Gaussian blur on your logo image because that will smoothing the bump. If all it's done, move back to the shading window and adjust the color on the color ramp of the image texture to change its sharpness. Decrease the strength on the bump node a little bit. For the icing on top, add a displacement node and connect color from mix node to H and displacement to displacement. On the material option on the right, unfold settings and change the surface to displacement and bump, then decrease the scale on the displacement. to around 0.01 maybe. Move back to layout window and select the lid. Move to edit mode and dissolve edge on the middle. Select the middle circle face, then duplicate and separate it. On the material option, duplicate the material, just click that folded paper symbol and move back to shading window. Add an image texture here and search the logo image. In my case, the images are the same because I just create a single one image. Connect the color from image texture to alpha and then add an invert color node and place it in between them. On the BSDF node, change the color to your need. Here I want to add a white color on it with a small metallic surface. Move to UV editing and select all the vertex with pressing A, then press U and wrap. And place the circle to the logo. I make mistakes here, so I rotate the UV backward. If all in place, back to layout and give it a shrink wrap modifier. Select the target to the lid and increase the offset maybe around 0.001. So here I fixed the wrong logo rotation to facing forward. So I turn off the shrink wrap modifier for now and rotate the UV. I changed the material of the logo one more time here, and so I think we have done texturing the model now. For the render, so I just create a simple setup. Here I add a camera. On the camera settings, I change the focal length to 80mm and turn on depth of field. I add empty axis here and scale it to make it thin. Then back to camera settings and change the depth of field target to empty axis. So now I just rotate the object and place a plane for the background, adding a backlight and a rim light. So yeah, I think we have done now. Subscribe to this channel if you think it's helpful for you. Thanks for watching and see you in the other creation.